I was worth waking up early for.
We're timing the tides.
And a ton of current coming through here, making it a bit challenging to navigate through. Oh my gosh.
Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between.
Good morning from Kingston, New York. We had a night on a dock last night at the Old Savannah restaurant, and this morning we are going to go into downtown Kingston and get something special for breakfast before we continue our journey heading north on America's Great Loop.
It's chilly this morning. It's 55 here in Kingston.
What we needed, not what we thought we needed. Don't give up, don't give in.
We are at Happy Round Out Cafe where we're getting fresh, made-to-order donuts. We got 3 of their donuts, the only 3 flavors that they have, which is a powdered sugar donut, a cinnamon sugar donut, and a blueberry donut. That was their special. And they just came out and oh my god, they smell so good. Wow. Oh yeah. And then we also got a raspberry crumb cake.
I got a tendency to move too fast, even when I don't walk.
Looks good. I was worth waking up early for. It's light and fluffy, and it's covered with cinnamon sugar. It is divine, so good.
All night, I'm still.
This is the raspberry crumb cake. It's like a coffee cake with raspberry. Looks good. Oh yeah. It's nice and it's cold, so it's not like the hot donuts. It's very crumbly, obviously. And then you have the more like shortcake of the cake underneath, raspberry, which is super sweet, and then the coffee crumb on top. So good.
You can just tell it's so fresh, warm. The powdered sugar on top is that had a chance to melt a little bit. We've been chatting. Very, very good. And we also tried the regular one, plain one. That was good too. Probably a little bit more healthy than all this powdered sugar on top of it. But
What's your favorite?
the powdered sugar one's really good. Breakfast was amazing. We just got back to the boat. We're running a few minutes behind schedule. We wanted to be off the dock at 8 a.m. because the tide switches at 9. We have like 5 hours to cruise today, so time to go and leave Kingston and leave Crustacean, Phil and Margie. It's been nice hanging out with them off and on for the past 2 weeks in the loop. It was a pleasure looping with you guys.
Yes, we enjoyed it. You have safe travels.
Thank you, and we'll see you guys either in a week or in 6 months.
Either way. That's the last line. Yep, last line. You're free.
bye, and we'll probably see you.
I hope so. I love your vlog, but live is better.
Hey, just keep an eye on the in this area, like Kingston has had, you know, ebbs and flows throughout time. And so there's actually a documentary on Kingston called something Round Out. And we're gonna check it out on Amazon Prime later, just to learn more about the history of places that we're traveling to in the loop.
Round Out River has an 1,100 square mile watershed. So that means, and I assume that it's from all of the Catskills and the surrounding mountains. So that means all of the water that flows down flows into this Round Out River, which obviously then flows into the Hudson. But it means that when there's heavy rains in the area, that this river has almost a 10-knot current. So I imagine in the springtime that there's a ton of rain and a ton of current coming through here, making it a bit challenging to navigate through.
Made you take the long route. No, I just don't know how you ever found a way out. You said your love was all spent, but I'm not sure what you meant, 'cause you read the text that I sent.
The terrain here along the Hudson River is so visually stimulating because it is such a deep contrast from all of the terrain that we have gone through and cruised through thus far on the Great Loop. I mean, coming from South Florida where it was so flat, and even through the low country in Georgia, South Carolina, and a bit of North Carolina, it is just, it's all flat grasslands, salt marshes, a little bit of like maritime forest, but just coming into the Hudson River Valley, you just have mountains on either side of you, and just following, like, my eye just continues to follow the line of these mountain ranges. I'm just really enjoying this.
It's been a wonderful cruise so far. The water's been like glass. It's a little like hazy outside, so it's nice and cool, but it's not too cold. It's not like 50 degrees. I mean, it's just a jacket and a hat being on the water. And it also looks like we're timing the tides pretty decently. We haven't slowed down too much yet. And we're about halfway there, so about an hour and a half left of the cruise, which might be extended to 2 hours depending on the current, but that's not so bad here in the Hudson.
Come back home to me, to me, to me, to me.
One of the things I've really been enjoying as we've been cruising down the Hudson are all of the bridges. There are so many bridges and they're all very unique. I think we're just kind of used to all these like very flat bridges, and these bridges can see a lot of the structure behind them. They're very visually appealing and very visually stimulating, and we've really been enjoying just like looking at them all and seeing how expansive the Hudson River is, how they touch and interact with the ground on either side, and the piling down into the water. It's been pretty cool. We've really enjoyed it.
Well, the tide has definitely switched. We are going about a knot and a half slower, and it's only going to get worse. But we are only 0.8 nautical miles away from our destination, and like you can see your ETA on Navionics. So it went from 11:20 to 11:35. So about 15 minutes. That's all we lost with the tides. So I think that's a win. It was well worth the donuts this morning. Well worth it. Now in Hudson, there is a free dock. We were originally just gonna anchor, but I think what we're gonna do is check out the free dock to see if there's space. There's a lot of current here. We've heard there could be a lot of small boats, so we're going with the expectation of anchoring, but we're at least gonna go scope it out. The rain came and stayed, but we want New York pizza. So by golly, we're going to dinghy across the Hudson to Hudson to get some New York pizza. Ollie, do you want a slice of New York pizza?
She goes, yes, Dad, I want a slice.
All right, let's go. Well, the rain seems to have let up a little bit once we got to land. It rained the entire dinghy ride, which is fantastic. And we just saw a sign at the dock we were going to, and it said no overnight docking, which is in contradiction to what you'll find on Navionics. So, an active captain. So, just for your information. Right near the waterfront and the public docks is the train station. With the theme of all the great rail access here north of New York City, this is where the Amtrak goes. So there's an express route directly to Manhattan, and it takes just over an hour. And it's a great way. We've noticed a lot of cars here in the commuter lots, so not a bad way to get to the city. Dogs are allowed. Let's go.
Oh, okay, great.
I think we've been waiting for this for too long. Some New York pizza, just plain cheese pizza, classic, can't go wrong. It looks divine. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot. Worth it though.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, well, how's it?
I could cry.
Is it good?
Yeah. Elliot loves all pizza and I'm very particular, and this is excellent pizza. I'm so impressed.
The pizza's almost gone. It has been absolutely unreal. So good.
The main street here in Hudson is so lively. There are so many small businesses, restaurants, little boutique shops, some art galleries, some historic places, just a real mix of businesses here. And it has been such a nice walk down this street. We have really enjoyed it and could definitely see ourselves coming back here just to visit and hang out. And
Rain's back, so camera's going back into bag. I really enjoyed Hudson, New York.
yeah, that was probably one of my favorite stops that we've made on the Hudson River so far.
Yeah, absolutely, me too. It was just, had a good vibe, basically. Like, there was coffee shops, there was espresso bars, there was bars, restaurants, a bunch of museums, there was a theater. I mean, it was just, you know, art shops, galleries. It was really cool. And a very young vibe too. Most of the people we saw were pretty young, so that's kind of fun being around. With that, that's the end of the day today. So thanks for watching our video.
We appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers.